What happens when religious scholars spend years studying the oldest Greek manuscripts of the Bible and then suddenly begin questioning everything they once preached? Why are some Christian preachers, pastors, and researchers openly accepting Islam after deep academic study of ancient scripture? Is this only about religion, or is it a journey of truth, history, language, and faith? In today's video, we will explore the fascinating stories behind scholars who studied the original biblical texts, the rise of Islam in Christian societies, and the historical debates that continue shaping faith in the modern world. Stay till the end, because this topic is far deeper and more surprising than most people realize. For centuries, Christianity and Islam have been two of the world's largest religions. Both religions believe in one God, respect prophets, and share historical connections through figures like Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. However, major theological differences have always existed between them. In recent decades, a growing number of researchers, speakers, and former Christian preachers have publicly discussed why their studies led them toward Islam. This trend became especially noticeable in Europe, America, Africa, and parts of Asia, where academic access to ancient biblical manuscripts increased. But before understanding these modern conversions, we first need to understand the historical background. The New Testament of the Bible was originally written mainly in Greek. Over time, thousands of manuscripts appeared across different regions. Some of these manuscripts contained variations in wording, sentence structures, and interpretations. Historians and theologians have spent centuries comparing these texts to understand what the earliest versions may have said. Many Christian scholars themselves openly acknowledge that manuscript variations exist. This is not a secret. Universities, seminaries, and historians regularly discuss textual criticism, the academic study of ancient manuscripts. Some preachers who deeply studied these texts began asking difficult questions. Did Jesus clearly claim divinity in the earliest manuscripts? Were later church interpretations influenced by political councils and theological debates? How much of modern doctrine developed gradually through history? These questions did not automatically lead people to Islam. But for some individuals, the search for answers eventually opened the door to Islamic theology. Islam teaches absolute monotheism, the belief that God is one without partners, divisions, or incarnations. Muslims believe that Jesus, known in Islam as Isa alayhi salam, was a prophet and messenger of God, not God himself. For certain researchers, this concept appeared closer to the teachings they believed they found in earlier Abrahamic traditions. One important point must be understood carefully. Not all Christian scholars who study Greek manuscripts become Muslim. In fact, most remain Christian. Academic research includes many different conclusions. However, some individuals personally felt that Islam answered theological questions more clearly for them. This subject became more visible during the internet age. Videos, debates, lectures, and interfaith discussions spread rapidly online. Former pastors and theologians started sharing their journeys publicly. Some spoke about contradictions they believed existed in doctrine. Others explained how studying Semitic languages, early church history, and ancient religious traditions changed their understanding of faith. At the same time, Islam itself continued growing worldwide. According to multiple global studies, Islam is among the fastest growing religions in the world. Growth comes through birth rates, migration, and conversions. In Europe especially, many people began exploring religion again after years of secular lifestyles. Interestingly, historians note that Islam's relationship with Europe is not new at all. Islam entered parts of Europe more than 1,300 years ago. Muslim civilizations once ruled areas of Spain, Sicily, and the Balkans. During the Islamic Golden Age, Muslim scholars translated Greek philosophy, preserved scientific knowledge, and contributed to medicine, mathematics, astronomy, and literature. Cities like Cordoba became famous centers of learning, where Muslims, Christians, and Jews interacted intellectually. In modern times, migration and globalization brought Muslim communities into Western societies on a larger scale. Mosques, Islamic universities, and online educational platforms increased public awareness about Islam. At the same time, modern audiences became more interested in comparative religion. People no longer depended only on local religious institutions. Anyone with internet access could study ancient manuscripts, watch debates, read translations, and compare beliefs independently. This created a major cultural shift. For some viewers, hearing former pastors explain why they accepted Islam sounded powerful and emotional. These stories often involved years of spiritual struggle, personal sacrifice, and intellectual searching. However, experts also warn that religious conversion is always deeply personal. People convert for many reasons: spiritual experiences, marriage, community influence, philosophical beliefs, emotional connection, or academic study. It is never accurate to reduce all conversions to only one factor. Still, manuscript studies continue playing an important role in interfaith discussions. One famous area of debate involves verses related to the nature of Jesus. Scholars compare ancient manuscripts to later translations and interpretations. Muslims often argue that pure monotheism was emphasized more strongly in earlier traditions, while many Christian theologians defend the historical development of Trinitarian doctrine. These debates are ongoing and highly complex. Another important factor is the modern search for certainty. Many people today feel disconnected from materialistic lifestyles. Despite technological progress, millions struggle with loneliness, anxiety, and spiritual emptiness. Religion offers meaning, identity, discipline, and hope. Islam especially attracts some people because of its structured daily worship, strong sense of community, and direct relationship between insan and God without intermediaries. Former preachers who accepted Islam often describe feeling spiritual clarity after conversion. They speak about reading the Quran, studying the life of Prophet Muhammad, and comparing Islamic teachings with earlier scriptures. For Muslims, the Quran is believed to be preserved in its original form since Revelation. This belief strongly influences many conversion stories because textual preservation becomes an important issue during comparative religious study. At the same time, respectful dialogue remains essential. Serious historians and scholars emphasize that discussions between religions should avoid hatred, mockery, or misinformation. Christianity and Islam have coexisted, debated, and influenced each other for over 14 centuries. Honest academic discussion requires evidence, context, and respect for people's beliefs. The future of these conversations will likely become even more important. Artificial intelligence, digital archives, manuscript discoveries, and online education are making religious research easier than ever before. Future generations may continue questioning inherited beliefs and exploring different faith traditions independently. Interfaith understanding could either improve through respectful education or become more divided through misinformation and emotional propaganda. That is why knowledge matters. Real research requires patience, honesty, and careful study, not sensational headlines or emotional manipulation. Whether someone remains Christian, becomes Muslim, or follows another path, the search for truth has always been one of humanity's most powerful journeys. And perhaps that is the real story behind this global conversation. Not simply conversion, but the human desire to understand God, history, scripture, and purpose more deeply. What do you think about this topic? Do ancient manuscripts change how people understand religion today? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary-style video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful historical and religious content. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.